Got a mic, folks. I'm serious. Come on, let's go. Mirror, bit self-conscious. Okay. As you can tell, this is not going to be an extremely professionally produced series. And that's part of the point, you know? I mean, it's just convenient that I'm kind of lazy and not experienced in production, and it's the AI era. Now, listen, on AI, as you can tell, like this is sort of spontaneous, it's on the fly, it's authentic, like there's no AI involved in the production of this content. And so in a way the extremely low production value is going to underscore the authenticity of this content. So yay, come on, you will not be able to doubt the authenticity of it, I don't think. You know, we're entering the AI era, we're in the AI era, and more people aren't going to know what's real. And that's because AI is an extension of the internet, or is an extension of computers, which is an extension of the rational human mind. And the more you go into your mind and your thoughts, the more confusing things are, and the more you're not really sure what's real. I mean, that's the ultimate truth. Obviously, you think you know that capitalism is right, or socialism is right, or Christianity is right, or I'm right in that argument with my neighbor. You know, like you think you know, but actually the truth is the more you go into your head, the more confused you get. Anyway, this takes a bit of explanation and discussion. And so we will get into all of this in the show. Yes, as we go to the ultimate extension of the mind, the confusing mind, and AI, we're living in a world where it's going to be increasingly hard to know what's real and what's not. So the crapness of this production is going to be a great statement to the true humanity behind it, and the human intelligence, not the artificial intelligence. And that is also going to be a core topic for this show. We're going to be talking about what intelligence is. We're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff. And I am not going to really have a good prep or plan for it. But AI is going to help me do that. So that is my disclosure. Like, it's going to help me be organized. You know, I got a bunch of videos I recorded over the past few weeks, few months, few years. I mean, I've been trying to do this for 25 years, people. AI is going to help me kind of sort through all that. Like, hey, if I'm saying the same thing twice in the same short 5-minute recordings, then I obviously don't want to publish them both. So it's going to help me do that. And, you know, I haven't decided yet if I want to put my actual videos on YouTube. I don't think I do, because I don't really like the podcast is going to video. And I think with my Marshall McLuhan hat on, the world needs more audio and less video. I think it needs more considered conversation and more space, and more cool time for people. And video and social media generally is more warm. So anyway, I'm probably losing the audience already. Gosh, awful way to start. What can I do? I said gosh. I'm going to really try hard not to swear on this podcast. I do tend to swear quite a lot. It's not dignified. It's not a good example to younger people. And I'm going to do my best not to, but it won't always be easy. My name is Giles. I've just always wanted answers to life big questions. Like when I was a kid, I sort of obsessed about a bunch of really weird stuff. And then when I was a teenager, you know, I would keep my friends up all night and we would have deep and meaningful conversations, so often that this became its own acronym, DMCs. So I've always wanted answers to life's big questions. And I went to college to study philosophy. Didn't study that much, but because I wanted answers from philosophy, and I didn't really find them. But I think I have found things. No, I think I have. I have found things that really make sense to me. And in my growing experience of life, I can't really doubt anymore. And so I just wanted to share some of my experiences, some of my convictions, to put them out there to see if they may be of service to the world. You know, we've talked about AI and we've talked about sort of understanding the meaning of life. Like, we've got all these tools and all these technologies and all this science that has invented all of this cool stuff, amazing stuff that makes our lives so much better in so many ways. And then in so many other ways, our lives is so much worse. Like, and hopefully I'll do some separate sessions on this, but like, you know, we feel more alone, many of us, more disconnected, more dysfunctional, more depressed. 1 in 10 American teenagers attempt suicide. That's where we've got to in this civilization. You know, and America's kind of a case in point because it's kind of the cutting edge or the extreme example of sort of what this civilization has become and what it represents and what it is. And that's, again, a separate topic. But it's kind of tragic. It is tragic how the awful point that we have got to in many ways. And of course, we are warring and destroying the environment and, you know, doing all sorts of things that just seem wrong and seem to be bringing us to this very, very perilous state in the world. And there's more disunity and disharmony and dysfunction all over the place. And, you know, this needs to be addressed. Like, people need to be talking about this stuff. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about. You know, like the political problems, the social problems, the personal dysfunctions, like all of this stuff, like it all has the same root cause. And the reason the politicians and the academics and the brilliant scientists and the celebrities and the pop stars and the sports people, like anyone you've heard of, all the stars out there, well, especially like the brainiacs and the academics and the politicians, like they're not solving anything really. They're not making stuff better because they're working on the level of all the inventions and all the stuff on the outside. And in fact, the stuff that needs to be really worked on is the stuff on the inside. And the stuff on the inside gets disregarded by science because it can't be empirically studied very easily. But that doesn't mean it doesn't matter. In fact, at this particular point in time, it matters far more than the external stuff. Anyway, I'm already going on far too long for an intro. We'll get to all of this stuff. I would really love to get any kind of feedback from you. So even just from this, if I've said anything that piques your interest, that you're curious about, that you want to challenge me about, like, please let me know. You can, if you're on YouTube, like drop a comment in here, let me know. Email gilesmartinpodcast@gmail.com and let me know. And then it'll be easier for me to create stuff because I can respond to, you know, what you are saying. And let's make this a collaborative thing. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't have a plan here. Like, I'd like this to be a collaborative thing. So please pitch in. Let me know your thoughts. Please like, comment, subscribe. I have to submit to the magnificent and holy algorithm. So we all serve the algorithm. So please like, comment, subscribe, engage. And I should quit while I'm not probably ahead. All right, thank you. See you next time.